Hello students, let us see the topic parabola. It is also very important related to JEE mains as well as advanced. Let us see the topic parabola. Now let us see some of the concepts related to the parabola. Here, to find the length of the focal chord at P, 80 square comma 280 to the parabola y square is equals to 4ax. What is focal chord? A chord which is passing through focus is called focal chord of the parabola. What is focus? Fixed point. Right? Now, this is the concept. To find the length of the focal chord at P 80 square comma 282 y square equal to 4ax. Now I am going to draw the parabola. Consider the coordinate axis. Okay, this is my parabola. Say I am taking A as vertex. Its focus is at S as shown in the figure. What are the coordinates of focus of y square equal to 4ax? A comma 0. So these are the coordinates of the focus A comma 0. Right? Now we are going to find the length of the focal chord which is drawn at P 80 square comma 280. So I am taking the point P 80 square comma 280 is on my parabola. This is P as shown in the figure. Its coordinates are what? 80 square comma 280. Now let Q 80 dash square comma 280 dash be the other end of the focal chord of the parabola. Right? This is Q as shown in the figure. Q. Its coordinates are taken as 80 dash square comma 280 dash. What is your aim? You have to find the length of the focal chord which is drawn at P 80 square comma 280. That means your length must and should be in terms of T. Understand? This is my focal chord. So we are going to find out its length. See once again. This is my focal chord. Understand? Now we know the 2 points whose coordinates are 80 square comma 280, 80 dash square comma 280 dash. Your aim, you have to convert T dash in terms of T. Right? What is the equation of PQ? We have P and Q. You can find the slope of PQ. We obtained as 2 by T1 plus T dash, T plus T dash, and take one of the point 80 square comma 280 and write the equation. We obtain the equation of PQ as y into T plus T dash is equals to 2 into x plus a T dash. This is the chord. If it is focal chord, it is always passing through what? Focus A comma 0. Substitute A comma 0 in the above equation. We obtain 0 is equals to 2 times of A plus A T dash. You can take common A. We obtain A plus A T dash equals to 0. Now T dash is minus 1. Am I correct or not? A into T dash is equals to minus A not equal to 0. Therefore, T dash equal to minus 1. This is the relation between T and T dash. From that, can you calculate T dash or not? T dash is equals to minus 1 by T. T never 0. If T equal to 0, what happened? 0, 0. That is vertex. So, the line joining of vertex to focus is what? Axis. Axis never be chord. That is why T not equals to 0. So, we have T dash is equals to minus 1 by T. Substitute T dash equal to minus 1 by T in Q. We obtain the coordinates of Q as A by T square comma minus 2A by T. 90% of your job is over. We have P in terms of T. Q is also obtained in terms of T. Can you find the distance from P to Q or not? Right? PQ is equals to root of 80 square minus A by T square whole square plus A 280 plus 2A by T whole square. This is from root of x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square. Right? On simplifying, we get in this manner. a square is common from the square root, it coming as a into root of t square minus 1 by t square whole square plus 4 into t plus 1 by t whole square. T square minus 1 by t square can be written as what? T plus 1 by t into t minus 1 by t. Okay, so you can take outside t plus 1 by t whole square from the root. We obtain a into modulus of t plus 1 by t under root t minus 1 by t whole square plus 4. 4 can be written as 4 into t into 1 by t. So that is of the form what? A minus b whole square plus 4ab. That is nothing but a plus b whole square. Right? A into t plus 1 by t into root of t plus 1 by t whole square. That is nothing but t plus 1 by t into t plus 1 by t into a. On simplifying, finally we get a into t plus 1 by t whole square. This is the length of the focal chord drawn at p80 square comma 280 to the parabola y square is equals to 4ax. Once if you know the value of t, you are in a position to write its length of the focal chord without finding the points of intersections of parabola and line and finding the distance. You can't do all these things. You just know the value of t. You can write its length as a into t plus 1 by t whole square. Note that this formula is only for y square is equals to 4ax. If the curve is changed like y square is equals to 2a into x plus 4 like that, you can't use the formula. This is the length of the chord only for y square is equal to 4ax, which is drawn at the point p80 square comma 280. Otherwise you have to write the line equation and solve to the curve and find the length. Understand? Right? Let us see some problem related to this concept. See, this is the problem. One end of the focal chord of parabola y square is equals to 16x is at 1 comma 4. Then we have to find out the length of the focal chord. This is the question asked in JEE 2019. Right? One end of the focal chord is given to you. Simple question. This is for 4 marks. Y square is equals to 16x. This is your parabola. Focal chord is drawn at what? 1 comma 4. We have to find out the length of the corresponding focal chord. Understand? From the above concept, what you have to find first of all? T. That is why the given point is taken as 80 square comma 280. So what is my parabola? Y square is equals to 16x. So what is 4a? 16. What is the value of a from this equation? 4. Right? Let p is equals to 80 square comma 280, that is equals to 1 comma 4. So on equating y coordinates, what happened? 280 is equals to 4. So substitute the value of a here. 2 into 4 into t is equals to 4. So what is the value of t? Half. 90% of the problem is completed. After getting the value of t, substitute the value of t in your formula. What is the length of the chord? A into t plus 1 by t whole square. Just substitute the values of a and t here. What we have to get? 4 into 1 by 2 plus 2 whole square. What is 1 by 2 plus 2? 5 by 2 whole square. 5 by 2 whole square means 25 by 4. So on simplifying, 4 into 25 by 4, that is equals to 25 units. In this manner, we can easily find the length of the focal chord. No need to find the equation of chord, no need to find their point of intersection, and no need to find their length. Understand? Right? Let us see one more concept. See this one. This is the problem. A circle touches x-axis and also touches the circle with center at 0, 3 and radius 2. Then the locus of center of circle is what? This is the question. It is also very interesting question. What is the given condition here? See, a circle, one circle is there, touches x-axis, also touches the circle with center at 0, 3 and radius 2. locus of center of the circle is what? Here so many circles doing some condition. What is that? Touches a fixed circle with center at what? 0, 3 and radius 2 units. Also those circles touches what? X-axis. So your variable circle doing two things. One is touches x-axis, also touches a fixed circle with center at 0, 3, radius 2 externally. What you have to find out? The locus of the center of the circle you have to find out. Understand? This is the meaning of the question. Now let us try to draw the figure for the corresponding problem. Consider the coordinate axis. Right? What is the given fixed circle? Its center is at 0, 3 and having radius 2. That is the fixed circle. So what is its center? 0, 3 as shown in the figure. Right? This is a C1. Now observe the circle. What is the role of the circle here? It touches x-axis as well as the circle fixed having center at 0, 3 with radius 2. Am I correct or not? Okay, the green circle touches x-axis as well as my fixed circle with center at 0, 3. Right? There exists another circle or not? That is the center of the circle. See here, this is the another circle. Touches the x-axis as well as fixed circle with center at 0, 3. Its center is as shown in this figure. So I am drawing one more circle to you. This is the circle. Also touches x-axis and touches your fixed circle. So you can draw infinite number of circles satisfying the condition that touches x-axis and the given fixed circle. Its center is in this manner. You collect all those centers, you get some locus, that is you have to find out. If you join all the centers as shown in the figure of the circles, you get some locus as shown in this figure like this. See here. That is your locus. I repeat once again the locus. This is your locus. Right? So collect all the centers of the circles, you get some locus, that is you have to find out. Understand? This is the question. Now consider one of the circle and draw perpendicular from that center to the x-axis. What it gives? It is the radius of the circle. Am I correct or not? Now join center of the shown circle to the C1. What is C1? 0, 3. Now let us start the procedure. See x1, y1 be the center of one of the circle. That is one of the point on my locus. See x1, y1 is what? Center of the circle. See here. See x1, y1 be the center of circle which touches y-axis and also touches the given circle externally as shown in the figure. Third circle. I am taking one of the special circle as third circle. Right? Now the distance from C to x-axis is what? Y1. That is the y coordinate. Right? Modulus of y1. When you are saying two circles touch each other, all of you know that the distance between the two centers is equals to distance between the radii. Distance between the two centers is equal to sum of their radii. C1, C2 is equals to R1 plus R2. Here C1, C is equals to what? C1, C is equals to R1 plus R2. What is R1 here? 2 and R2 is equals to Y1. So C1, C is equals to Y1 plus 2. Distance between the two centers is equals to sum of the radii of the two circles when two circles touch each other externally. From the figure, how we are getting y1? The distance from C to x-axis is what? y1. So what is the radius of the circle? Green circle? y1. What is the radius of our main circle? 2. So sum of the radii is what? y1 plus 2. What is the distance between the two centers? C1, C. So can I find the C1C or not? That is distance from C1 to C, that is root of x1 minus 0 whole square plus y1 minus 3 whole square under root, that is equals to y1 plus 2. So on squaring on both sides, what you are getting? X1 square plus y1 minus 3 whole square is equals to y1 plus 2 whole square. On simplifying, x1 square plus y1 square plus 9 minus 6y1 is equals to y1 square plus 4 plus 4y1. So y1 square gets cancelled. We get x1 square equal to 10y1 minus 5. No, so this is the condition on x1 comma y1. This is for any center of the circle. So we have this type of centers are infinity. We can write the locus of x1 y1. We obtain in this manner. The locus of x1 y1 is what? X square is equals to 10y minus 5. Is it parabola or not? It is a parabola. X square equal to 10 into y minus 1 by 2. Its vertex is at 0 comma 1 by 2 and length of latus rectum is 10 units. So in this manner we obtain the locus as a parabola. So the question is, a circle touches x-axis and also touches the circle with center at 0 comma 3 and radius 2. The locus of center of circle is a parabola. Here we have to remember that C1 is the center of the one of the circle which is belongs to your locus. So if you draw the perpendicular from C to x-axis, the distance is what? Y1. That is equal to radius of your circle. That is one of the major point in this problem. So radius is y1 and the radius of the main circle is what? 2 units. So the distance from the two centers is equals to what? Sum of the radius when two circles touch each other externally. If they touch internally, what is the condition? C1 C2 is equals to mod R1 minus R2. No need to apply here. Here they are mentioned externally. That is why we have to use C1 C2 is equals to R1 plus R2. Understand? This is the question. So the required locus is what here? Parabola. Understand? Thank you.